Hi, I'm Akhtab, and today I'm going to talk about the new Rainbow High. Because I feel like everyone's been talking about it, and I want to give my opinions because that's why I created this channel, so I didn't have to tell everyone that I live with my thoughts and opinions. So let's talk about it because I think I don't know, I've just been hearing everyone say theirs over and over, like it's the same thing, and I want to give my thoughts and opinions because I feel like I have a little bit of a more different, you know? I feel like a lot of collectors that I see, and this is no hate to them, but are like, they're meant for me. They're dolls and I'm the target market, target audience, and I feel like people don't consider, or people are not in touch, I don't want to say in touch because I'm not in touch with children, like I don't know what they want, but I know what I wanted as a kid and I also know what parents want. I live in a very weird area, and so like you just hear people, they're like, this is unsafe, every child's on their phone. It's really annoying, but I hear what parents want, and so I want to give my opinions and my thoughts because I'm different. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna give my opinions because yeah, number one, I have seen the dolls and I have come to the conclusion that I am not the target market. I've seen them and they're not great. So you can't see it, but my Rainbow High dolls are on this shelf. My always plan was, I really like how they look. So like I thought like I was gonna film here. You know, I was gonna film here, and then it was very crowded over there. So it's brats, randos, some of my Barbies that are more older, and this. But I really liked the Rainbow High. Like I absolutely love how they look. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're super nice. I love Rainbow High. I made the point that I wanted to display them because I think they're really cool. I don't have a lot of them. They're kind of expensive. Just like as they rose with price, they lost the second outfit. Like inflation happened. Like I understand that, but I really like them. I think they're really cool. I do have a particular, you know, what I like in dolls. I like things that are interesting, unique, that aren't repeated. That's a lie. I get a lot of repeated stuff. I really liked Rainbow High. So to see the reboot, I heard it and I ignored it. I was like, they're not rebooting Rainbow High. I was like, slime dolls, what are you talking about? I'm gonna give my thoughts. Okay, so number one, if you've watched some of my videos, you know that I like slime. I love slime. I think it's so fun. It really depends on what, because I feel like a lot of the poopsy slime stuff is like water slime, and that's not my favorite. But I did the review, Five Below got Monster High slimes. I bought all 4 of them. I was like, take my money. Yes, please. And it's the outside of the box that has Monster High references. Like, the slime is just basic slime. I bought the slime for the slime, and because it was Monster High. I also bought the mermaid slime when it came out because that was also sold at Five Below, because I was like, this is really cool. I like slime, and of course I'm going to support a doll company branching out. I am the target market when it comes to slime for dolls. Me, it's all about me. So I like the slime concept. I understand why people don't, because it's messy. It's a lot. I don't think I'm gonna put the slime near my dolls. I don't know if that's what it wants, but I'm not doing that for sure. That's gonna ruin it. I have seen people get the Rainbow High, the OG Rainbow High, the 4 big dolls that you're meant to put slime into their clothing. I've seen them. I've gotten them thrifted, and there's like gunk in there, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I've seen that. So that's it. I don't know what the slime gimmick is. I haven't looked, and I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna last. I hope it doesn't. But I like slime. Like, I'm not upset about it. And if I get to have like a doll and then have slime, that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. I also think that the other thing is, like, I hear a lot of people saying like, slime, why would they do that? I feel like slime, I don't know if it's huge now. Like, I feel like back in whenever the Poopsie stuff came out, it was big, but I don't know if it's still a thing, but clearly if they're doing it, it is. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I wish that you could buy the dolls with the slime without the slime, and then like more slime. Like, I think that would be cool, so that people who don't want the slime gimmick can get the doll. But I understand why they're not doing it, because that's like extra dolls. but I think it's fun as long as you're not putting the slime on the doll or in the doll's clothing. The dolls themselves, I've seen them. I'm leaving room here if I actually put photos in. I think they're cute. I think the basic slime ones, the ones that I've seen come with slime, the ones that come with the pets, I think are the slime ones. I think their outfits are cute. I think Ruby and Sunny are these same exact dolls. I think Ruby just has a gold skirt. The other ones look different. They're interesting. I'm going to do a video where I actually talk about each of them in my doll news that should be coming out soon. So I'm not going to like go into like my thoughts on them, but like too much, like I'm not going to focus too much on like their looks and stuff. But some of their outfits are cute. Some of them are the exact same, but some of them are cute. I don't think like I'd get like full price the ones that are the exact same. So Ruby and Sunny. I love Sunny, but I already have her. She's over there, right? Not that one, that's Jade. So but they changed Jade up. If you see that, they changed Jade up. Jade looks completely different. Like, they took a lot of their makeup off, at least for Jade. That was the one, like, I looked at her face and I was like, who is that character? I really like Jade, though. Like, don't get me wrong. Some of their outfits are really cute. I really like that initial slime line up. I think their outfits look really good, and I think they're really cute, and I think the thing that people are saying is they got chunky glitter on their face. I don't know, kids, maybe they like glitter. I like glitter. I liked glitter as a kid. I loved glitter as a kid, so I can see why they're doing it. I don't think that it looks bad. I do think it looks weird. I think once I see them in person, like, I'm gonna have more opinions. I kind of like the glitter. They do look different. Jade's face, like I said, like, I was like, what is up with Jade's face? I think they took the makeup away. I think that's what it is, but I couldn't tell ya. And then the other thing, the lack of articulation. They have no wrist articulation. That, as a child, who would have made me mad? So number one, there's some budget lines that are coming out, the swimsuit lines. I am super excited that MGA is making budget lines. That was what I bought as a kid. We didn't have that much money to be able to buy 7 dolls for $40 or $30. Rainbow High is a little pricey, so it's more in that $40 price range. We didn't have that, and so I did tend to go for budget lines. That's why I really like budget lines. Most of my Monster High, not most of them, I always say most, but I had quite a few of the more expensive $30, $35 price point. But a lot of them, I have Ginger, the Bookends line, whatever that line's called. I have the 2 of the beach ones, the Mirror Beach, Ashlyn and Maddie for Ever After High. That's what I got most of the time growing up. So I'm really excited that they are doing budget lines. Now, they did decrease the articulation. They got rid of it. They were like, no articulation for that. And that does kind of bother me because I liked Ever After High and Monster High and a lot of these other doll lines that when they did budget lines, they kept the same articulation because it's the same doll, just less clothing, and they could literally reuse these same exact molds. They didn't have to do makeup. They didn't have to do anything. They could just same thing, because I understand, like, not every kid wants to buy fashion packs if they don't have a doll yet, you know? So, like, same doll, they just copy and paste with, like, cheaper outfits, you know what I mean? I wish that they had done that because they didn't. Like, the one line that they did for OMG where some of them had articulation and then most of them did not was kind of sad. It was upsetting. That being said, everyone's talking about the articulation, the lack of articulation, and I'm gonna talk about it because I think this is important. As a child, I didn't really care about articulation, and I feel like people are crazy. Some people, like, kids are gonna hate it, and maybe I was the outlier, but I didn't care. I had the bend and snap knees, and the only time, I think the most important thing to, like, note is that I had bend and snap knees. I only had that growing up until I was older, stopped playing with dolls, got Ever After High, started playing with dolls, that I wanted that articulation. So if you have a kid who always has Barbie, nothing else, they're probably not going to really know much about the articulation and stuff. I had one doll who had a bit more articulation, and that tended to be my favorite just because she could move more. But until I was introduced to Ever After High did I start, like, not liking some of the dolls. And I mentioned in other videos, but when I started getting, like, Barbie stopped doing snap knees, bend and snap knees, then I was like, I don't like those dolls as much. I didn't love my Diamond Castle dolls as much because they couldn't Ben Snap, I believe. But like as a kid, that was like the really only things that I remember. Like I wasn't like, I need articulation. So like, yeah, if you have Rainbow High and then they get rid of it, I can see like that's upsetting. But like also I didn't care as much as a kid. Like those dolls I did dislike, and they were the first ones to go when I had garage sales. But that's also the parents' problem. But I can see why they're doing it, because articulation probably costs a good amount of money. I mean, why else does Barbie not do it? Or other companies. I just don't think it was that big of a priority for me, because even when I got Ever After High dolls, Monster High, Winx dolls, I still actively played with the other dolls that had a lot less articulation, and I got Fashionistas, and I was like, yeah, I really like them. So, and I was an adult when I got Fashionistas, but I still played with a lot of the dolls that had a lot less articulation. When I had Ever After High and Monster High, and I was still pretty young when I was playing with those. So like it didn't really matter as much, and I feel like everyone's like, kids don't like this. I saw a comment that somebody said that their kid, when they found out that there was no wrist articulation, their kid's gonna be like, well, now it's gonna be harder to play. And I was like, one, that's like your thinking that like you put onto your kid, and I think that's so funny, because I don't think the kid would have really thought about that. Yes, as a kid I did dress my dolls, and like it was difficult to get clothing on, but also I had Barbies whose hands weren't removable, you know, and I still made it work. So it's funny that like kids think about that. And then they got the easy way. They could just take the doll's hands off, because I did not have that, and I had to struggle putting the clothing on the doll's hand without the finger breaking off, and that was terrible. So yes, I think the thing is that MGA, if they were doing really successful, they wouldn't have changed. They wouldn't have rebooted the line for a younger demographic. I think that they're not doing as successful, and that's why they're changing, because they found success when they did the Poopsie line, and they're trying to go back there. You know what I mean? I genuinely don't think that if they were doing amazing, that they would reboot the line. I don't know, I always hear like collectors like say like, we're the market, and it's like, no. I know there was that one article, but that wasn't a huge percentage, and clearly parents are. Now mind you, the second that Monster High changed to appease parents, they went downhill and they weren't successful. But I also don't think that they were, like, why would they have changed? Like, if they were doing amazing, they wouldn't have changed. Like, if they're going up. But then again, I wasn't collecting at that time. I was just buying dolls because I was a kid. So like I wasn't collecting. So I don't know why Monster High, if they were really successful, why would they change? I know for the instance that I can think of, Bratz, for most of their run, until obviously they stopped and then rebooted the line like a few years later, most of their line, they didn't appease parents because they were doing so successful. This is why their line was successful, because they, you know, looked like they did, and they didn't change it to fit parents, what parents wanted, and they were really successful. I feel like since the day they came out, they didn't, you know, they hadn't really changed. Mind you, I'm not super big into Bratz. Like, I don't know everything about them. I would love to. I don't know everything about Bratz. I would love to have all the dolls, but I don't know. But they didn't appease the parents because they were doing so successful, and they didn't need to. They did make a doll line to appease the parents. It's way up here, Moxie's. But I don't know. I don't know. I think the thing is the wrist articulation really does annoy me, because I really like the wrist articulation, and I hate dolls that have the elbow bend but can't move their wrist. Why? Why? Do I think that like kids are obsessed with articulation as much as like collectors and other people? I don't know. I don't have kids. I'm not around kids. I don't know if they do. But I also think that like if they were, then nobody would be buying Fashionistas. Nobody would be buying other dolls. I mean, obviously it could just be parents that are buying it and kids don't want them, but wouldn't they not be as successful if a kid would be like, no, Mom, I don't want that, and then they'd buy other dolls, you know? I don't know what kids want, but I also know that clearly MGA isn't rebranding to like mess with people. Like, clearly their sales have gone down, and honestly, it's kind of sad because I felt like they were gonna go forever. And I've heard rumors that like other things are going down, which none of us are gone. I don't know where they went, but I've seen that they're not coming back. And to be honest, I thought they were gone a long time ago because I hadn't really heard much about their releases. I found out that they like released 3 lines. No clue that they existed. Like, they didn't advertise. And OMG, I haven't heard many releases about them, and the ones that they do just are not my favorite. But Rainbow High, like, I thought they're really cool up until the end. So they're rebooting, and I don't think the dolls are that bad. I do wish that they are wrist articulation, obviously, but I'm not mad about them. I think that some of the dolls, you're gonna see my doll news video where I talk about it, they're not meant for me. And that's sad because I felt like all the other ones, they were such good dolls and such good clothing. But I also understand that not everything that companies make are gonna appease me or I'm gonna love. So yeah, I hope when images come out and people start unboxing them that they look really good and I'll fall in love with them the way that I fell in love with Jade, who I wasn't obsessed with. Jade right here. I didn't love Jade. I didn't love Karma, and they're one of my favorites. So maybe I'll change my mind and I'll absolutely start to love them. I have heard that Poppy's not in it, and I am really disappointed. I'm devastated. I really like Poppy. I didn't, but I do. And the fact that we're not getting her, or at least nobody's seen images. I've heard rumors, people making statements that we might get Poppy, but why is she not in photos? And they replaced her with Amaya, which, like, I love Amaya, and I actually really like the white-haired Maya better than the blue-haired. No offense to both the Amayas that I have. I think the white hair is absolutely gorgeous. So I am excited that we're getting Amaya because I like that, and I can understand why, because it's rainbows, and people like rainbows, kids like rainbows, and fun colors. And I do really hope that Rainbow High is successful and can continue in this thing, but I don't know. Personally, through what I know, when doll lines reboot and like kind of go this route, they aren't super successful, and it just doesn't always hit. I can't really think of many examples where this has worked. So yes, but I do wish Rainbow High the best, and I hope that they make some really cute things because some of the outfits are really cute. Like, don't get me wrong, some of them look so cute, and I can't wait to see if the slime element's fun. And what more they do, because, you know, I want them to be successful. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts and opinions because I am actually kind of interested in this new reboot, and I've heard a lot of negativity towards it. So yeah. I'm ActiveHab. Thanks for watching the video. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions if you are excited for the line or if you're like, no, this is gonna suck. Yeah, I'm ActiveHab. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.